Summit County is full of changes this season, from big concerts at the Dillon Amphitheater to pulling homes off the market for winter rentals. Today's Ski Summit Real Estate Show, I'm going to share what shifting means in the mountains here for buyers and investors, plus highlight a property that I think you're going to want to see. Ever dreamed of living in the heart of the Colorado mountains? Join me, Matt Dayton, Breckenridge native, Olympian, and mountain real estate expert. Here on the Ski Summit Show, we dive into everything you need to know about buying, investing, and living in iconic ski towns like Breckenridge, Frisco, and Keystone. From mountain real estate trends to investment opportunities, we bring you on the inside to help you make the most of your mountain life. Welcome to the Ski Summit Real Estate Show number 129. I'm your host, Matt Dayton, Cornerstone Real Estate, and I'm here with the man that makes it all happen, Benji, my producer. Hello, Benji.
Howdy do. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. You and I are trying to come out of a funk here a little.
Terrible news this afternoon, but we're trying to do it for the show.
Terrible news. Some heartbreaking news with Charlie Kirk's death. That's just tears at your heartstrings, the hatred and the bad stuff. But anyway, we've talked about that enough, you and I here together. So we're coming out of that. We're going to amp it up with the Dillon Amphitheater, Big Head Todd and the Monsters coming to the Dillon Amphitheater. When's that?
So let me find that real quick. Here it is. Big Head Todd and the Monsters are going to be at the Dillon Amphitheater on 9/20/2025 from 6 to 10 p.m. It's probably going to be a really awesome show. They've done Red Rocks and all kinds of stuff. They're a big deal. You said they've been around for like 40 years.
These guys were kind of like, they were big when I was in high school. They came out with their 1993 album, Sister Sweetly. So that went platinum. And like songs like Broken Hearted Savior, Bittersweet, and Circle, they all kind of sound the same, but they were good songs. So they're originally a Colorado band.
Yeah, I was going to say they sound like Dave Matthews, but I'm sure that they are going to get mad if I say that.
I wouldn't say, you're not wrong. I feel like that they had a little bit of a sound like that. So kind of a mix of some blues, rock, folk, funk, a little bit of everything. So they didn't really want to be pigeonholed into a certain genre, but yeah. So I want to check these guys out. Go at least ride by the bike path if I don't get tickets, and just kind of listen from outside for a little bit.
Yeah, that would be cool. I love that you guys have an outside venue like that. Is it?
Oh, it's a great venue. It's getting chilly, so definitely, bring your puffies. It's going to be a little bit cooler in the evening.
Already in September?
It is. I mean, the days are nice. The days are warm. They're nice. We got good temps, but the evenings are getting a little bit cooler. We're not hitting freezing temps. I'm not having to pull the flowers in for my wife yet at night, but that's coming soon.
You got to pull the flowers in.
Yep. Otherwise, they freeze. So, yeah. But anyway, Big Head Toss coming to the Monsters, coming to the Dillon Amphitheater, September 20th, 6:30 to 10. Get your tickets at dillonamp.com.
All righty. The news that we have this week, and that brings us into the Summit County real estate news, and it looks like Colorado sellers are pulling houses off the market. What does that mean?
Yeah, so typical this time of year, you kind of get into that late season and people are thinking, okay, is my house going to sell? Is my property going to sell? Do I need to go ahead and rent it for the winter? It'll be interesting. One thing I'll be curious to see with all the short-term rental restrictions, if that will keep people with their properties on the market a little bit longer into the season, or if they'll pull them like usual and just put them on the rental market. So just figuring they'll try again next year. So I made some notes just kind of about what this might mean for buyers right now. So inventory's still up. It's giving buyers a lot more options than we've seen in years. Negotiating power. So buyers are going to have more negotiating power right now. Average homes is about 1.37 million. Sellers are definitely offering a lot more concessions to help with rate buy downs, HOA fees, closing costs, or just bringing down the price. So stale listings, things that have been on the market for a long time, those are some good opportunities for some negotiating power. And then condition. If you are a seller, be thinking about condition. This is really important. This really matters right now, making sure that your home debuts the best possible condition that it can. Things that are really updated, looking good, don't have issues, don't have things that need to be fixed, those are the things that are selling. Buyers are just kind of picky about what they're going to have to do to a property when they close on it. So bottom line, it's not a full-blown buyer's market. The balance has shifted. For buyers looking for a ski season property and long-term investment, this fall, winter could be a good time to start and strike before sellers relist in the spring with fresh momentum.
All righty. Well, that brings us into the market in a minute. Are you showing your screen or anything like that?
Yeah, this kind of shows a buyer demand chart right now. So if we kind of scroll down this, we can see market pricing. This black line here in the middle is generally where we are right now for versus past years. So no major, out of the lines there. What I did want to show mainly as I scroll down here to the bottom is, well, we got this days on market that have gone up considerably. Yep, that's gone up quite a bit. And then here is this buyer demand chart. So the black bars show over or under asking price. So these are your, negative 3%. Average. Here we had almost up to negative 3.75. But if you look at this chart, you can see the months that the biggest discounts are going into October, November, December. And then people relist in the spring, kind of new, fresh inventory. So we see those discounts be less. And then again, as we go into the end of the year, October, November, December, consistently year over year, we see the biggest discounts in our market during those months. So
all right.
That's what I got for market in a minute.
Okay, that takes us into our listing of the week. And this week we are showcasing 5080 Montezuma Road, which is really lovely.
This is, and I got out there last week and just walked around this property a bunch because it goes way up into the woods there, just on the other side of the creek. So there's a ton of useful property on the Montezuma Road side of this property where you can see that driveway coming in.
Look at that.
Yeah, there's so much useful property. They're nice and flat. They've leveled this out. They've got a well and septic in place. There's no power to the property. It'll be available from the road there once somebody actually gets a building permit. But it's just so unique and so much useful space on the Montezuma Road side. You get over to the other side of that property and it's just a ton of land up in there. So somebody could just do so much with that, which is super cool. So it's about 8.75 acres. This is the one that my son and I, Anders, went and camped up on. Just spent the night on it, listening to the creek. So pretty. They've got home designs for this property, so that somebody wanted to build on this, they could just take those Beach Baker Hogan Howe property plans and just run with them and build what they've already got designed, which is amazing.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it's a great parcel for sure. So, and it's got views of Glacier Peak in the background. And then Montezuma is a little town, kind of a funky little Colorado mining town just up past this a little bit. And it's got great areas for biking and hiking, jeeping, really popular for that. Snowmobiling in the winter up at the end of the valley there. So yeah, pretty cool one. I'm just waiting for the right buyer for this to come along. I know it's going to happen sometime soon. But that one's $1,150,000 for 8.76 acres of land on the river. One of the last standing pieces of property on the river in Summit County as a whole.
That's so cool. I'd love that to live right there on the river.
Oh, you lay there and I'll put sometimes I'll hear noises at night and it's like I put on white noise.
Yeah, that's me too.
White noise app just to drown everything out and I sleep like a baby. This river was just literally my white noise. I just didn't hear anything all night and just slept like an absolute rock.
I bet I could convince you to put a microphone down there and just record it for a few hours, and we could put that on YouTube to get views.
You know what? Maybe I should just I'll go up there. I'll just go sit there and fall asleep.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I've got for this week. That's us.
Excellent. Thanks so much for joining us for the Ski Summit Real Estate Show. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a like below and consider subscribing. If you have any questions or if you're interested in getting more information, feel free to reach out to us in the comments below or pick up the phone and give us a call. Either way, really appreciate you being here, and we hope to see you sometimes here in the mountains soon. Take care.